Today I'm going to show you the basics of crocheting. Now crocheting can be done either left-handed or right-handed. I am left-handed. I normally write left-handed, so I always would hold my hook in my left hand. If you're right-handed, you're probably going to hold it in your right hand. So most videos out there are right-handed, so this one it will be a left-handed video. So all those people out there left-handed, well, we're finally showing you how to do crocheting left-handed. You don't see very many videos like that. But anybody can do it, whether you're left-handed or you're right-handed. So today, all that you need to begin crocheting is, of course, a ball of yarn and a hook. That's all you need. So grab a ball of yarn somewhere. I know some cat has probably played with one, so just grab your ball of yarn, just something to mess with, because we're just going to practice today. So, and grab a hook, something your grandmother or your mother's not using. Just grab something that you can just practice with. So, if you want to be specific about it, you can get your scheme that you've got here. Grab your scheme. On your scheme, it'll tell you what kind of size to use. I don't know if I can get that close. But here it'll show you the hook size, which here it says you need an I, which is a size 5.5 millimeter hook, and I have an H here. I don't know if you can see that, but this is a 4 medium weight yarn. So if you don't happen to have this information here, that's fine. We're just practicing. So don't be specific about it. This is just for you to practice on, okay? So just grab a ball of yarn and with a hook. And today I'm going to show you 4 basic stitches. So we have the chain, we have the single crochet, and then we have a double crochet, and then a slip stitch. And a slip stitch is used just pretty much to combine stitches, or you're going to decrease stitches, and I'll show you guys that later. But those are the 4 that I'm talking about. And of course you'll need a pair of scissors. So don't forget your pair of scissors. But like for right now, we're just practicing. So you really don't need a pair of scissors because we're not really creating anything except for just practice. So let me show you first. We're going to start with our chain stitch. Now chain stitch starts off with a slip knot. And our slip knot's pretty easy to do. So you're going to hold the hook in your left hand, hold your yarn in your left hand as well. And you're going to be using these 2 fingers. And you're going to go down, under, separate your fingers. Excuse me. Let me get this yarn right. So we're going to hold it here, grab our 2 fingers, go under the yarn, wrap it around, open it up, and grab that yarn and pull it through. That's it. We'll do it again. And you might want to just practice this a couple times. But once you have it, you have it. So go under the yarn, wrap it around, open your fingers, grab it, and pull it through. There we go. And then we're going to use our hook. We're going to put our hook right through it, and we're just going to cinch it up there by pulling on the yarn. Now you don't want it too tight, so make sure you can slide it up and down your hook very easily. Okay, that is our slip knot, and that's how we'll begin our work. So now we have to know how to hold the yarn. So what I like to do is just use my pinky finger. I'm going to lay the yarn on my pinky finger. I'm going to go under the yarn, just like that, and hold it with my pinky finger, and then I'm going to grab these 2 fingers, this little slip knot that we just made. And that's how we start our work. Again, we're going to go over the pinky, under, and then holding the knot. Very simple like that. That's not too tight. As you can see, I've got the yarn here, so I'm holding it not too tight, and just grab the knot. Now we begin to make the chains. So we want to go under, grab the yarn, pull it through. That's 1 chain. Again, 2, 3. And then we're going to change our fingers and we're going to hold the chain. So we'll go again. 1, 2, 3, and hold the chain. 1, 2, 3, and hold the chain. Now you will feel the yarn just flow through your fingers as you're going along. And that's what I want you to do. Just feel it. Feel it going. Okay? And you'll get used to how tight and how loose that you like it to be. As you just keep making this chain longer, shorter, it doesn't matter. If you mess up, it's okay. We'll start for the video from the very beginning. Just going to keep pulling it. So just like do 3 and then just reposition your fingers, holding those chains. Just like that. Once you begin very comfortable with it, we're going to start here by doing a single crochet, and that would be our next step. Okay, so once you're comfortable with making these chains, you can go ahead and we'll start with our single crochet. Single crochet usually requires a 1 chain. So when you're done doing your chain and you want to start to single crochet, you will always chain 1. Then we will turn our work and you will see these bumps like on the back of here. If you can see these little bumps, those are what we're going to go into with our hook. We're going to use the hook and go into each one of these little bumps. Okay, so the very first chain we made, we're going to skip that one. So we're going to skip that first bump. We're going to go to the next one. So we're going to go into the next one. Okay, grab our yarn. And now we have 2 loops on our hook. We're going to grab the yarn again. And then we're going to end up with just the 1 on our hook. So we're going to look at the back, where we're going to go through the bump, just like that. Grab the yarn, pull it through. Now we have 2. Grab the yarn, pull through 2. Once again. So this is 2 of them that we've created. If you look, you'll see your 2 little V's, 1, 2. So we're going to do the third one. We're going to go through again. Just like that. And we're just going to keep going down, all the way down. And you just want to keep practicing that. Keep going. Going through those bumps. Going through those 2 loops. Going through the bump. Then your 2 loops. And this is what's called a single crochet. Okay, this is our first row. Usually the first row is a little harder because you have to go through that bump on the first row. So I'm going to stop there. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, let's just make it even. We'll do 10. So I'm going to stop here. Wherever you like to stop. Once you're comfortable with doing the single crochets, you can stop anywhere because we're just practicing. So I have 10 here that I've done. And I want to take a look at what I've done here. I'm going to turn it up and you see these real pretty V's. You'll have V's on the bottom and you'll have V's on the top. And you want it to be just like that. The reason being is so that when you put projects together, you'll have something nice to catch on to. Okay, and they're both the same, going the same way. If I was doing this right-handed, my V's would be going to the opposite direction. But because I'm left-handed, they lay this way. So when you're ready and you feel good enough to go to the second row, we're going to start the second row. Whenever you start a row, you're always going to chain 1. For a single crochet, you just chain the 1. You're going to turn. Okay. and that chain counts as 1. So we're going to skip this little one, and we're going to go into the next one. So we're going to go into the next one, and we're going to go through both loops here, that little V. We're going to go through it, and we're going to grab the yarn, pull it through, and we'll have the 2 loops on our hook again and pull through those 2. So there's 2. 1, 2. This will be 3, 4. Again, like I said, go through those V's. That's number 4. And if you're not sure, look at your V's. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're at the very last one. You can see that last V right there, this V. So this will be 10. Go through the V, pull the yarn through, and pull through the 2 loops. Now we're at the very end, and we're just going to repeat that, making layer upon layer upon layer. So when we repeat it, we're going to chain your 1, turn your work, and that's considered your first stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the last V, 10. Oh, look at that. See how pretty that is? And we're just going to keep doing that and doing that and doing that until you are so professional at doing a single crochet. And that's pretty much all that is for a single crochet. You're just going to chain your 1, turn your work, and go, not the first one, the second one. That's considered 2. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and your last one, your 10. And that's your single crochet. And now I'm going to show you how to do the double crochet, which is going to be this one right here, the big one. So there's a triple crochet, but I mean, those 3, your single crochet, your double crochet, you can make a lot of things with that. I mean, triple crochet, you can look at the videos and it'll show you how to do the triple crochet. It's not a big deal. It's pretty much what you've been doing. It's just one little extra step. So let's go ahead and let's get back to our chains. Okay, I'm going to pull all this out. We got our chain, back to our chain, and we want to do a double crochet. Put this back on my hook. I've done my chains. Now I want to do a double crochet. So a single crochet, you would always chain your 1. Now a double crochet, we're going to do what? We're going to chain 2. So we're going to do 1, 2, okay? And we're going to turn our work and we're going to skip those 2 bumps. So 1, 2, and we're going to go into the 3rd bump. Okay, this is the bump we're going to go in. But in order to do that, we're going to wrap our yarn first, then go through the bump. Now see, now we have 3 on our hook, and we're going to go through the first 2, and then we're going to go through wrap and go through 2 again. And that's how you do a double crochet. Okay, that's considered our very first one. So we're going to wrap, we're going to find our knot, we're going to go through that bump, and then we have 3 again. So we're going to go through our first 2 and our second 2, just like that. Wrap, go through the bump, go through 2, and then 2 again. Wrap, the bump, 2 and 2. Wrap, bump, 2 and 2. Now I want you to practice that until you're very, very comfortable with that. Once you have that down and you want to continue on, we can start making our rows. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go to 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 on here. Okay, you can do more. Like I said, just keep practicing. Just create your chains. Keep going, and keep going until you are comfortable with what you're doing. And this completes a very pretty pattern. Okay, again, at the very bottom, you'll see your V's. Your V's are at the very bottom. You got V's on the top. Nice. The bottom and the top look identical. It's very nice. Okay, now when you're at the end of your work, wherever you're going to stop, you're going to chain not 1, but 2, because we're doing a double crochet. We're going to chain 2. You always chain 2 for the double. Single is 1, double is 2. So double crochet, chain your 2, turn your work, and again, this is considered 1. We're going to skip the very first one here, and we're going to go right into the next one. So we're going to wrap, go through those 2 V's, just like the single crochet, except now we have 3 on our hook. We're going to go through 2 and 2. Wrap, go through your V, pull it through, 2 and 2. Just going to keep going till you're comfortable with what you're doing. And then it'll just be so easy. The yarn will just flow through your fingers and you'll get a knack for doing these double crochets. Okay, so I think that's 9. Let's see. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the last one, which is the V here. Wrap. This will be your 10. We're at the very end now. There you go. And you'll see this sit right on top of each other. So what we do, we chain our 2, 1, 2, turn our work. That's considered the first one. And these are called bars, by the way. A lot of people, how many bars do you have? This is what they're talking about. They're talking about bars. So these are considered bars in our little crochet terminology. So we're just going to wrap again. We're not going to go to the first one. We're going to the second one here. Start all over again. Just like that. making sure that you're doing exactly the same amount every single row. Sometimes you can get off, so you want to make sure you count to make sure that you're doing it correctly. So there's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then our last one will be on this. So you're going to look at your V, find your V. 1, 2, if you can get to it. Sometimes it's a little tricky. Come on now. As you can see, even for me, there's your V. Okay, but I forgot to wrap, didn't I? Oops. So let's wrap, then go through your V. 1. Second V here. Can be very pain in the butt, but it's there. One, 2, just like that. See how we did that? Pretty cool, right? I think I did it. Wrap through the first one here. There we go. That looks right. Okay. 1, 2, turn. And you're just going to keep doing that all the way up until you are proficient in your double crochets. Okay. Okay, so you've done practicing your double crochets, and now I'm going to show you how to do the slip stitch. Slip stitch is pretty simple. I'm at the end of my work here, and I'm just going to turn my work. So I'm going to chain my 1, turn my work, and instead of going through the first one, I'm going through the second. This is considered the second stitch. So I'm going to go through and pull. Just like that. Go through those 2 V's, and I'm making another V. So if you look, you'll see this V here pattern that I've made on the side, and on the back you'll see this little bump right here, but on the very top you'll see another V pattern. So there's 2 V's right here. It's kind of hard to see with the it being white yarn, but you'll see it once you notice that. But that's what we call a slip stitch. And a lot of times that just gets us to point A to point B on our pattern. And we also use that when we combine one piece with another. And I'm going to show you that right now. So if you want to practice that slip stitch, go right ahead. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to put 2 pieces together. So I have chained, let's see, I've taken my chain out, okay. So I'm going to take my hook and I'm going to put it through the last V on the very end, okay, and I'm going to pull out a loop. See how I did that? Just put it through the last one, pull a loop, put these 2 pieces together, just like that, and then I'm going to take the loop, I'll pull it through that last loop. Now I have connected them. See that? They're not going anywhere. So now I can chain 1, turn my work, and I am going to continue to grab these V's. Now you can go through both V's one V here and one V there on both of your pieces. You're going to grab your yarn and go through your loop. That's all you're going to do. 2 V's, 2 V's, grab your yarn, pull through there, and pull through your loop. And this is going to create a seam to where you put together both pieces. And they're stuck together now. And that's how you combine them. You can do different colors now. You can, of course, you can always crochet with 2 different color yarns. You can do whatever you want. Just you being creative. But this is going to show you how to do a seam. So if I take this out and I look at it, if you can see that, look at that. We've combined, I combined my single crochet with my double crochet. And this creates a nice seam. Using those 4, that 2 V's on one and 2 V's on the other, and we just combined them. This is on the other side. Did you see that? So this would be on the inside, like a shirt. If you're making a shirt or something, this would be your inside seam. And this is what you would see on the outside. Nice and complete. Okay? And that's how you put 2 pieces together. So I've showed you 4 different types of stitches. And with those 4 different types, you can make a lot of things. So don't forget, if you're trying to make something like a shirt or something, always grab you a tape measure, measure yourself. You can always look and see how we've done the stitches, whether it be single crochet, which is here, and then your double crochet, how many stitches it takes for an inch. So if you're looking here and you can see 3 single crochets is going to make an inch. And you want to know how many rows. See that? We have 1, starting here, 1, 2, 3, 3 rows, 3 stitches. It's going to give you an inch. So you need to know that when you're creating your own stuff. Depending on not everybody's the same. So you can do everything to what your body type is. You don't have to, fit into everybody's, skinny minis. You can always make your own sizes. The same thing up here. If you look and you'll see, ooh, okay. 3 double crochets is an inch. And an inch, pretty much, it's almost 1 row is an inch, a little less than. So I'd say maybe 1.5 rows is an inch. The 1.5 rows would be an inch. So, and those are your measurements. So that's how you figure out how long you need something to be. If you get creative, you can look at the patterns that people create. And if you know what you're looking for the abbreviations for single crochet, it's going to be SC. Double crochet is going to be DC. Slip stitch is going to be your SL. Some of them say SLST, slip stitch. It just depends on the pattern of how they abbreviate. Usually it'll tell you what the abbreviations are. You can look on your pattern here. I can pull this off. Open this up. At the very beginning, they'll have these abbreviations at the beginning. It'll show you exactly what you're looking for and what the pattern calls for and what it means. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but anyways, that's if you want to get more advanced. But I wouldn't be too worried about it right now. Like I said, you just need to practice what you're doing. Get used to the stitches. And let's see. Some of these are, I'm not sure. I think this pattern is for knitting. And you want to make sure that the pattern that you get is the pattern you're doing, either for knitting or if it's for crocheting. So usually it'll tell you what it is for. And you'll look and you'll see, oh, this is knit. Oh no, this is, crocheting. So make sure you pay attention to what you're doing there. But like I said, we're just playing around today. We're just creating these stitches. Practice makes perfect. So you guys have fun doing all kinds of stuff, making slippers, pot holders, wash rags, whatever you want, different colors. You can do 2 colors at a time. I mean, the possibilities are endless just by using those 4 stitches. So I hope you guys have fun with this. I hope you learned something today. Thank you guys for watching, and I love you guys.